Man, that's such horrible quality. Should have had a fucking quality option. Why is it that there isn't a fucking... You can't use a flash light while fucking streaming? It's the biggest bullshit. Satan. There's no freaking lighter. Start it, where's my lighter? Right. I really don't care if you can't see me. God has been working in my life. Big time. But I'm out the other side, a completely different person. Cleaned up my fucking act, yo. All the bullshit's over. I'm literally quitting alcohol today. I quit for 6 years. Came back to it, and I was like, this shit's cool. I like this. But I didn't realize the whole time it was robbing me of my power. It's literally robbing me of my power. I haven't made a live stream in a month. I didn't even realize until like 2 days ago. All the important stuff was being stolen away while I was just continuously building up my need for the excuse of being drunk before I do anything. And that's the exact thing of alcohol addiction. It's why it's so hard to break. It's why most people who drink alcohol don't even realize they're addicted. There's all these reasons in the thing itself. It's what it is that you begin to feel like you need alcohol in order for you to be doing the things that you would be able to do before having ever gotten into alcohol. That you now need this stuff to like take you over and control you, to make you do the fun things that you want to do, while mainly, you know, it's in the end truly mostly about the excuse of being drunk. And that is quite the excuse, folks. We all need to get this kind of straight. Someone did something to you while they were drunk? Of course they did. They were drunk. It's like, you guys, you have to be able to take your own experience of things and be able to apply it to the outside world. You know, there's been times where you got way too drunk, did something really stupid, regretted it, hated yourself for it, and, you know, change hopefully happened after that. And that's sort of just the thing, you know, affliction. You know, you're gonna find affliction while you're caught in addiction. You're gonna find affliction when you're caught in addiction. Truly, a master's design in the end. Quit alcohol, it's bullshit. Smoke plants every once in a while. Just only ever do it when you decide to do it. Don't be like, oh, I'm sort of getting that feeling. It's probably just time to spark up. Who knows? Whatever. Yeah, let's spark up. Whatever. No, it's got to be purpose-filled. I'm smoking to deliver a greater message to you guys. I don't drink to deliver a greater message. I drink to deliver a louder message. And then, moreover, being drunk changes what you even like care about, changes what you speak for. So that, if you were once a very deep person who was always like, being beautifully philosophical and intelligent and well worded, no longer will you have that because you're drunk. People generally feel that they don't really notice that they're not the same genius that they were when you're drunk. Of course you're not. You're drunk. God. Instead of getting drunk, dry yourself out like a prune like me, smoking all the time. But instead of smoking all the time, learn temperance. Temperance is the ultimate goal of any natural psychedelic user. It's temperance. Once in a while. Sorry that the video is probably like in itself just such poor quality. Not the resolution, but the resolution probably sucks, but like the angle of the phone and everything. I'm sorry. I wish I could have a Mr. Beast set up or something and be all admirable to Americans and whatnot, but the thing that sucks the most about being sabotaged every fucking day of my life, all day long, with all these goddamn flies going into my scalp all day long. All these definitely real flies, not. Best part, speaking the truth, that this world is so taken over that they're just going to be fucking with you and fucking up your life because you speak the truth. They don't want that. They are Satan's greatest forces on this planet. They can't have that. They can't allow this. They've sold their souls to Satan. And let's talk about how that is possible. The way you live your life, your entire life, was it in the direction of light and promoting discernment, promoting wisdom, promoting discipline, promoting standards and inhibitions, so that you don't waste your time with people who aren't worth it, with people who are just going to abuse you, that you can see the things that are wrong in them and like get away from it. Get away from it, pray for them, be that spiritual flame in this world that, it's taking this stuff seriously, but not seriously. See, like, okay, big traffic jam, fucking people are just honking their horns like crazy. That is basically when weed should be mandatory. Sir, shut up and smoke this after honking his horn for an hour. It's the law. Takes a hit. Oh, sorry, I was taking life seriously. So don't be unserious about it like that. but still yet take it seriously in that you care for the beings of this world and their futures, their lives, their rights. We cannot, just play one side and just hide away and say, we got it right, we removed our sin, and we are now done. There's nothing that we need to do upon or for this planet other than giving money to our church for the charity that it runs. The real thing about modern Christianity, which I feel like is truly its biggest flaw, that no one else would really notice this because they're not Christians and they're just attacking it from the outside. Fuck, I totally lost the train of thought. Sabotage. Anyways, oh, yeah. It's that they only feel comfortable really talking to each other about God. That's the only time it really works with them. They talk to people in their church about God. They're able to hit it off, and it's all smooth. And that smoothness is all they can really handle. But modern Christians need to be going out into the world and spreading the light in an admirable way, in a motivating way, not being like a Jehovah Witness type person. Would you like to learn about God today? Like, no one's gonna say yes to that. Not even like a good Christian. They're gonna be like, oh, no, God, I don't need you to mess up my paradigm. You gotta be, you gotta get your shit together first. And honestly, I believe this is how it was for me, so I believe it now that without natural psychedelics, in their extreme abstinence and over righteousness, they've forsaken the tools of this world, of the nature of this world, that planet we're birthed on. Magical plants, they've forsaken them. They've cast them into the fire, literally, because now all of nature is being destroyed and burnt down because we no longer have any respect for nature. Why would we have respect for it when it's just in the way of our malls? Third mall from the sun. And I guess that was a bit of a tangent. On top of that physical side of things breakdown, the psychology and psyche can be extraordinarily, if not entirely, healed by what goes on during a natural psychedelic experience. You find so much about what you may be doing wrong and probably are doing wrong, and these things used to consume your entire life. They were like curses that were upon you, that consumed your entire life, like a desire of some sort, something like that. You learn that you gotta sacrifice, you gotta give up chasing that. No more. You have to literally, no more chasing the desire ever. The reward comes, the life faithfully lived out. It will come. You see, like, chasing the desire like that, you're forsaking the path. You're forsaking path that could actually lead you to that beautiful, perfect woman instead of mediocre. Fuck that. Let's do it our way. Hold my hand. Hold my hand. Let's run off into the forest and do whatever we feel like doing. Laughing, caressing, massaging. I need a fucking massage, man. God, some girl gave me a back massage like a week ago. It was beautiful. It's the most, like, necessary thing ever, even though she was hardly pushing anything. She was so... Women are weak, man. You gotta train yourselves up, yo. It's not that women in general are weak. It's not that women are birthed weak. It's that they don't train themselves ever. They're more sensitive, so they never even consider it. But truly, I have destroyed this hand in making it become a weapon. This hand is a freaking weapon. This is just about as iron fist as an American basically may have ever been. And all in the name of defense. I was punching trees and metal in the name of defense for the world, turning this thing into a weapon intentionally, because I was in a Dragon Ball Z and all that shit at the time, and it literally worked. You just have to have the faith that it can heal, that you can heal it. I learned when I was on mushrooms that proper interaction is healing itself. Proper interaction is healing itself. Of course, you're not properly interacting if you're afraid and worried it's all messed up and going to be messed up forever. That's not proper interaction. Proper interaction is getting excited about how much stronger this thing's getting or is going to be, so that you're just like, yes, let's like work out that little kink right there, and then let's punch it again. Also, summoning chi is quite the topic. Getting yourself riled up, basically, inside yourself. And then punching that tree with that intent to train yourself for defense of the world. I've punched things so hard sometimes, like things that like should have really hurt, and I didn't feel a thing. When that chi was truly there, I didn't feel a thing. Like, I could have gone frickin' Kill Bill, frickin' that master guy who trained Kill Bill, like, with those giant wooden blocks. He just turned into a fucking dragon and fucking smacked a hole open in that thing. That was, I could have punched a hole in whatever the hell I was punching, but I didn't punch hard enough. Still haven't let the dragon out. That's the true thing about strength, as much as being upheld by God. God is powerful, folks. You people, oh, he doesn't exist. I know and believe that he's powerful. You just think he doesn't exist, okay? How can we work this into the middle? Because, of course, I'm not going to get any past the middle. That should be my only goal, and it's probably not going to happen at all. But I want to know why you need to invest your life, at least some moments, some time in your life, understanding God, religion, these things that people who spent their whole life understanding the things that they wrote, spent their whole life seeking God, understanding the patience required to really be on God's wavelength. Patience. No more desires. They will come. The things that you want will come. But you're never going to have it by seeking it out directly. You may think you did, and you certainly have, and certainly thought you succeeded when you got laid that night, but the weak will be with the weak and the strong with the strong. God fucking whooped my ass last night / this morning. I could have gone crazy today. I probably literally was going to, but my friend, my Christian friend, he came to me. He came directly to me. He didn't say anything. He came to me. And, he prayed for God to figure out where I was. I don't move around too much. I'm not surprised he found me, but yeah, he fucking saved me, really. A really good man. Devotes himself to being a good man. We need more people like that on this planet who make that self-choice to devote themselves to being a good person. Not just single actions, not just blah, blah, blah. His whole life, he's made that sacrifice of, seeking his own things, caring about his own personal losses, maybe getting a little bit in trouble with the boss today because he ditched work for a good bit to be with me to make sure I was okay. I'm gonna cry, man. It's so good. I'm crying. I was gonna snap today, man. I was literally, yeah. I've been trying to fix my life and shit. Got my ID. And last night it gets stolen. Get my IDs for a job and shit. And I thought my food stamps card was stolen too, but it was in my pocket, thanks God. And somehow, I don't even know how that. And my journal, my last journal, was in that backpack that got stolen, and that really fucking sucks. My last journal, man. The one before it, stolen, had all these crazy drawings. I was so proud of them. I was gonna, I had my will on the back of that book. I was so proud of that thing. I drew some, crazy shamanic shit when I was on mushrooms, and I felt like there was, a hand guiding all of it, and all of it turned out such art. Like a landscape covered in a tidal wave. How does one even draw that in the first place? I have no fucking clue. But I just ended up drawing it by accident. Not even necessarily by accident. It was all purpose-filled. I just didn't know that I was drawing that until it was 3/4 finished. The whole page covered in a landscape. And then there's all these little small things everywhere. All these a man fishing could be a soul upstream. And oh my God, everything I wrote in that journal was just, anytime I would read it, I'd be like, how the fuck did I write this, man? I would idolize myself, dude. And that got stolen. listening to say, trying to get me to believe that my life is a waste of time, really a waste of breath. But it's not. That's just Satan. Just in the same way he cursed and ruined my entire life from 5 years old, he's fucking with the rest of my life. He hates me because I spread too much light. That's just how it works. Your sun is so bright. I hate you. I'm jealous. How does he do it? Well, no. That's not how does he do it. It's... We can't have this. But then the minions are like, how does he do it? Not Satan himself. Satan's a fucking 7-headed dragon, motherfuckers. Satan, 7-headed dragon. With the fucking heads on the fucking whatevers. He's got different personalities that he shifts through. Posing different things. That's a cool topic. The dialogue of the universe around you. Part 1. Now, part 2. Everything going on around you, it's all a dialogue. And Satan participates in that dialogue. And what you're supposed to do when he does is come out the other side in flying colors, passing that test. It's what God expected of you. It's what he wanted you to do. But most of us, we fall below it. We fall, we feel... We get stuck in our first-person sight and feel like this is the end. This is everything. It sucks so bad. Or whatever. But you just gotta rise above it. You always gotta be above yourself. And I recommend watching Bleach the anime to truly learn how to do that. Get to at least episode 20, and then you'll thank me and watch the rest of it. But I don't recommend watching season 20. It's like season 24 or 23 or 25 on. I don't really recommend watching after that. I got all this shit. Seems to be implying that Jesus is a bad person, but he's not. Actually fucked with my head for a bit. Just flailing out at everything at that point. Be above yourself, or else you will fail the test and not pass the dialogue of the universe around you, and you'll be stuck in a quandary, in a doldrum for way too long. Trust me. No wind because you're not going anywhere. Because you failed the tests, and that's where it all now divides out into temporary hell. Trust. Trust that it is God. Trust that God has your back. Trust that God is doing this for a reason. All of our lives now, every single one of our lives is so hard. All of our lives have become so hard. Amidst all the choices that are so hard, that lead us so hard to make the choice that goes in the right direction. It's very hard. Not a lot of people make this out enough. Bro, it's so hard to be the good person. But then eventually you'll get used to it, and it will just become who you are. Eventually you'll get used to it. It won't be such a burden. Because at that point you'll have that many less demons, and that it's just that easy now. So that's why religion is such an essential thing in life. Because people, you don't realize that demons are the cause of just about everything wrong with it. How do these demons integrate themselves? They make the avatar, the person, stuck in a first-person perspective, so that anything that comes their way can negatively impact them towards hate. Towards sin. So when you're materialistic, you have no option but to be filled with demons. Just think about what science has done for the last 2,000 years. One giant 2,000-year Ouroboros. Magical, but just quit your jobs. Don't quit your jobs. I really like this. This is good. I'm full of that flame, man. The cup is overflowing. I love it. I love you, God. Fuck yeah, God. Thank you. Thanks for fucking up my life so I could not be the piece of shit that everyone else is. Thanks for blessing me in your grace so that I cannot end up making the same mistakes that's ruined other people's lives. Like a big problem today with the modern world versus Christianity thing going on is there's like this whole extreme thing going on where like people are preaching this thing where it's, you know, in the end they're just pushing people away from the faith that, you know, like, no, you have to never sin, never sin. And it's like everyone sins. The idea is to lead them toward religion, though, not, you know, not just saying, oh, like, basically, I'm Jesus and repent. Instead, welcome them to that which supposedly helps you not be an evil person. But surely, where does that fog area reside? Because what is good, what is evil? I'll try to give you my best clarified definition. Good is that which helps us bind together, like the truth. The truth binds us together. The truth binds us. You know, different animals have different sense of reality entirely. You know, like what do ants see? But yet, we are connected through the truth. We are the same in the truth. We are bound by the truth. And evil is that which corrupts, that which helps people justify to themselves making mistakes, and in the end, that which leads people away from religion. That is evil. You don't want to be the person preaching Christianity who ends up making people not go to Christianity. That's a very bad position to be in. So of course, you're doing literally evil. It's not, of course, that's a very subtle thing, but that's what's occurring. You want to be able to be a shining role model of an example, and of course, when I say that, any Christian is going to be like, "Oh, you're going to tighten my belt," and blah blah blah. But no, first of all, stop drinking coffee so that you can stop making fun of people's paces or whatever. You know, like, oh, how quickly am I talking? Is it not quick enough because I didn't drink coffee like you fucking crackhead? Is that why I'm stupid? Is that why I'm stupid? Is that why I'm wrong all the time, always? Reminds me of the last youth group I ever went to. I'm just not going to go into that, but... Imagine if my microphone was blocked this whole time. I would cry. Oh man, that I gotta shake that thought because I know that it's not. Big time, shake that shit. 'Cause, man, that's tearing it all apart. Let's see. Truth thing about affliction is it was only ever, well, it's two things. Affliction is a message, and it's also an upgrade. It's an empowerment, as long as you're able to be above yourself to receive it right. Think about it. You're out there saving the girl from the evil ones, and you get your ass handed to you a bit, but you're still conscious, you're still able, you're still at least breathing. But that affliction, that suffering, is going to power you up so much to literally become capable of finishing the job and doing what you were supposed to do, which before you weren't able to handle. Now you can, because of that affliction. Now, that sounds so generically insensitive, but truthfully is exactly what it is. Just man up. A bruise does not exist to a man. It doesn't even exist. That doesn't mean just don't look at it. That means you shouldn't be feeling this. And if you are, tap out of yourself, detach. Detach, but don't abstract. Abstraction. What other gold pour out of our mouth? Let's see. We are the light in the darkness, folks. Gotta be in darkness to be the light for it. Funny how all these cars are being backed up to the end of the fucking road. Start my live stream. Well, it's been going for a bit, but of course, what else is going to happen other than that which can drown out manifestations of light? Certainly at least steal my focus at some point. The world never was what we wanted it to be nor thought it was. The people who were in your family who always kind of annoyed you and shit, or always like said something that you kind of made fun of, or this, that, and it's always going back and forth. That was all an actually beautiful thing, because what you were doing is you were upgrading yourself in all these incredible ways. First of all, patience. Second of all, ability to break things down and explain them better. You're finding your social palette, your etiquette, your demeanor, your complexion. Learning to care about things. Learning to care about the hearts around you. Learning to respect others for what they bring to the table, at least. Get the context right. Gotta dive into their context, you know. You can only truly help people who you trust. Because when you truly, truly help them, they're going to be powered up. And them being powered up, shit, they could kill you. But if you trust them, or they could rape you, or whatever. But if you trust them, you're going to be able to help them. It's the very foundational. It's almost like not even worth mentioning. Baby. That's adorable. They got like Christmas lights on a baby stroller. That's so cute. Oh. Hearts, man, hearts. Gotta have hearts. All these people liking posts that they actually wanted to heart. Come on, guys. Love that shit. Do the heart. Do the guy who's hugging the heart. Come on, care. I've only been doing love signs, hearts, or the guy hugging the heart. Basically, practically only, if not just the post was too serious and I just liked it. But, I wonder how many people think I'm gay now. Of course I'm not. Let's be clear, folks. I'm not gay. How would you define a woman? I don't know. There's, you know, I don't know. You can't define that for a woman. I stay out of that. When you're a man and you decide you want to be a woman, that's what you can do. You can put a bunch of fake tits on yourself and take estrogen pills and do whatever you want, man. You can't define a woman. How would you define a woman? An adult, human, female. Simple enough. But of course, let's make it all complex and fucked up and endlessly nonsensical to do what we wanted to do, being instant gratification. I can't get women, so let's put tits on my body. I'm really weird, so I like men. Let's cancel myself off of natural selection. No. No. Today's the day. Today is the day. Today is the day where I have decided to cut off my penis and put tits on myself. Ha, yay! I'm totally sane. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for letting me do this at 5 years old. I definitely knew what I was doing. Thanks, guys. Oh. Lights, dumbass, lights. Light in the darkness, man. Need your light in the darkness. Gotta shine bright like the sun, even in the night, folks. Even in the night, the sun is still shining. It's not on this side of the planet because we're rotating. It's a planet. What do we do in the night that we wouldn't do in the day? Oh, really? Cool story, bro. Fuck you. You're doing something in the night that you... I love noise. You're doing something in the night that you wouldn't do in the day. You are a two-faced little demon. Okay. When you no longer need privacy in order to manifest as your true self freely, that's when you finally deserve a home. Mic drop. My name is Mike. The MC. MD. Me. Medical doctor. I'm prescribing tonics, folks. Tonics. Words. Alchemize. From nothing and suffering have generated gold beyond your wildest fucking dreams. I have activated something inside myself that I am so proud of. So I don't know what it is. I'm never wrong. So all I gotta do is show up and talk. Speak my mind. You wanna call it self-righteous justification? Go ahead and try to pretend that I'm a bad person. Good luck with that too. I mean, what? You're hypocritical? Okay. First of all, you're hypocritical, huh? Wow. That's definitely an attack on me. I'm definitely at fault. You wanna know something funny? God is not to blame. You are not to blame. Daddy's not to blame. Mommy's not to blame. Devil's not to blame. Karma's not to blame. I'm not to blame. Because Nothing's wrong, everything is in place. Nothing is wrong, everything is in place. You are always where you need to be. Because everywhere you can go, you hold the infinite potential to interact with that world around you, doing purpose, emitting purpose. You're always where you need to be. That is, of course, unless you're following the orders of a piece of shit. Another human, folks. You guys gotta realize, another human is exactly you. Not in the sense of this whole new age, oh, we're all the same exact fucking thing. In the sense that, God, I'm totally losing my train of thought. If only I was talking to someone and they could be like, you were saying this. But, you know, someone intelligent anyways, and who hasn't been wearing a diaper on their face for the last 3 years because, or getting any of the DNA compromising vaccinations. Oh, red flag, red flag. I'm getting 3 views anyways. I don't give a fuck, nigga. You shouldn't either. I'm only getting 3 views because every single thing I post is being sabotaged by the agents of Satan, Hades, Sheol. We're all trapped by our phones. We think they free you. We're trapped by them. Want to know how and why? Because the pedophiles who rule society get to decide exactly what is displayed for us and when. You ever notice that you see your friends' posts maybe 2 days after they posted it, even though you were on Facebook the whole last while? It's called rearrangement of effort and mind. Because we should be moving collective mind. We should be hearing the messages that people put out the day they put them out, or else we're like missing something that was supposed to be there. And so we go about thinking we basically have everything that's around, but really we're missing stuff because everything that information gets through to us, that everything that gets information through to us is tampered with. It's totally up to the pedophiles who ruin and sabotage all of our fucking lives, or at least most of them. And we're, in that sense, trapped by our phones. We think just exactly what I already explained. And of course, all the media that gets, call it media, it's just been straight, literal, direct propaganda for the last 3 years, certainly. And just straight up bullshit out of a fucking idiot's asshole, and nobody, noticed how stupidly it was phrased so as to have all these fucking horrible connotations and implications. Double sentences and shit. Double-edged, double sentences. We're not going to take your rights. We're, I don't know, some bullshit. insert bullshit here. We're not going to take your rights. Insert bullshit here. So we basically are. We're just not going to tell you that. Because if we don't tell them directly, they'll never figure it out. Because that's how most of America literally operates. We didn't directly tell them the truth, so they'll never figure it out. What a bunch of fucking nobodies, right? Yeah, basically, shit. Not surprised most of America is filled with a bunch of nothings, given my life. But of course, man, I'm so above right now. Like, fuck relationships. Fuck people, who cares? I'm just gonna go to fucking like Six Flags or something, nigga. Maybe put on a musical performance there. That'd be dope. Find a band who's playing and just be like, yo, you guys know any Rage Against the Machine? Do some screamo, bust a nut. Sounds like a good fucking night, man. That's purpose. That's a real fucking life right there. Fuck everything every American gives a shit about, man. Everything. You guys are so fucking stupid. You're so small. You're so tiny. What are you doing? Spending your whole life learning how to be a slave in order that you find your perfect soulmate? Well, it's never gonna happen. You choose that weak slave, fucking weak life, you're gonna find a weak person who's just gonna be a curse to you. And you're gonna get stuck with them somehow. Probably you didn't abort. And so, and of course, in the first place, what was it? Oh, you were drunk. Wasn't it? You were drunk when you fucking ruined your fucking life. Probably. Oh, it's so... My legs. My leg. It'll seem like this for an hour. Oh my god. My leg. Best part about being microwave and gamma rayed all day long? Thanks, 5G. I love you, 5G. Would you save me? Big indigo light in the sky. Please save me, 5G. I need more melted bones and melted flesh, please. I'd like to turn into one of those melty ass succubus sluts on an Instagram account. Oh, 5G. Thanks for fucking destroying my body so that I could realize how important collagen is and how important a big whole fruitful fucking diet is. Getting meals every day, eating your vegetables, getting your calcium. Thanks, I guess. That's enlightening. I'm trading my body for the knowledge that food is good. Yes, food is great. Thanks, 5G. You're a savior. I love you. Oh my god, 5G, faster TikTok upload videos, video uploads. Oh my god. I would cut off my left leg to give 5G full access when it's boning me in the ass. I would like all the children of Satan to have a nice breakfast in my butthole every single morning. Suck this Lincoln log, bitch. You're my bitch. No, I'm not. Oh my god, I'm a bitch. I don't know the true essence of a bitch. The true, like, frailty that's going on. The true problem. As well as fact. Voice chakra. A blocked voice chakra from lack of use and lack of truthful, honest use. And likely a sign that you're totally off track of your intuition, ending up in a wavelength far off from the wavelength of your intuition as time passes before you act with... You're supposed to act the very moment your intuition strikes. You're supposed to speak for that which comes to mind as it comes to mind. We get all worried, we feel like we've got to sum it all up first inside our heads or whatever. Have, you know, a direction. Try to choose the direction that you're going with the words. Oh, I don't want to take this right into her pants, but I'm not going to take it all the way to, you know, the other side of the universe, because then we'll never fuck. Blocked voice chakra. Lack of use, man. Biggest cause. And you're sitting around your slave job all day, never saying anything because you don't want to act out of line because you said something or whatever the fuck the hell's going on in that fucking hell. Confinement, oppression of your psychology and your voice chakra. Yeah, being a slave is more than just a physical activity, folks. Keep saying it, but I gotta keep saying it. And I'll keep saying it some more. And then a little bit more, and then more, because that's just what needs to be heard. Being a slave is more than just a physical activity. The psychological oppression, man. And people don't understand. You don't understand how much psychological oppression is completely manifest in this society around. You know, the very first time I did mushrooms, I realized how much that oppression destroys us. How dark of a corner we can be in and not realize how fucking, like, literally just horrible life in this society is. How pussball, hubrisy, cancer corner, fucking nowhere this society has made this planet. This planet is a treasure, guys. It's where all the gems are housed. The gems that we dig out to put on our rings to call ourselves well-journeyed traversers. You're the talisman beholder, eh? Well, you know, it's a pretty cool position to be in, putting the diamond in the crown and shit. But you know, what was Jesus's cup in Indiana Jones? It was the cheap one. It was the one that did not have a single gem on it. I don't know why. Because those who chase gems, all this and that, they're doing it because they don't understand that understanding and wisdom are the true gems of life, meaning that they're a fucking idiot. You know, those Pharisees dining on golden plates and drinking with gem-stuffed chalices. Well, you can tell that they're not workers of God. They are not. They are agents of Satan. They didn't realize how many sacrifices need to be made in the first place. Because they can't. Because they're demons of Satan. All can be transverse, all can be renewed, restored. Your child self can be brought back. You just have to be able to handle that. You gotta be disciplined. Gotta stay disciplined. That's why I smoke spliffs, not just weed. My friend thought I was a pussy because he called me a pussy because I only smoke spliffs and not weed. He thinks it's because when I'm on weed that I just get too afraid and shit like that. Which I can understand because there is a thing like that. But truthfully, the reason I smoke spliffs is because it helps me deserve the magic that I get when I mix weed and tobacco. You get the weed for the little bit of magic touch, and then you get the tobacco to even it off so that you don't go all the way out into la la land. And I hate, that's a stupid, I wish I didn't say that, but the spliff is disciplined magic. It's just what it is, so that you can deserve the magic. If you just smoke weed, I found any time that I just smoke weed that I get so far into my own head that that like everything going around it like shifts almost like schizophrenically in the sense that like it's more revolving around what's going on in my mind. Everything's more revolving around what's going on around in me, and if people around me aren't there too on that same page, then I get like severely disturbed in a sense. It's like, what I try to use weed for is to channel what need be said better. Because anytime I smoke weed, I realize like these pinnacle conclusions about the last whole while that my sober mind couldn't realize. I like put it all together when I started smoking weed. And I realized that's an engine of the universe. That's a thing going on there where you're upgrading yourself in some slight way or some grand way to see greater things, greater connections about your life. And so when I do that to try to help other people, I mean, I feel like that's just like the ultimate devotion. You're like sacrificing yourself in a sense in order to help other people, which is, that's my fist of steel right here. That's my iron fist. Trained it in totally with the intent of defense for the world, and this thing is just not only as healthy as it's ever been and as strong as it's ever been, like ridiculously, but I could also literally punch something as hard as I can and not break my hand. And I used to be able to throw like 80 something mile an hour fastballs at least, and I did break my collarbone, but it doesn't matter. Some fucking Goku, nigga. You guys need to take some pointers from Goku. The way he lives, man. Gets his ass handed to him, but finishes and wins the fight. He's fucked up. But the next day, he's ready to start training. Not because he was, a senzu bean or whatever, though that usually was the case. So even when he was messed up, sitting in the doctors, they had no senzu. He wanted to be training. His body knew that he needed to be training. And it's because that's how he heals. And that's what you all don't understand. You get your doctors to give you heroin, tell you to sit around for fucking 3 weeks. With that whole while, your body's reforming in a going to be negative way. It's reforming all messed up because you're not using it anymore. And then using is how you keep your body in shape. You know what I'm saying? Catch the wind. Catch the little wind, the little breeze on that one. extra breeze, big, whatever. Yeah, proper interaction is healing. Just as using your voice, definition of health, laughter. Literally, when you are laughing, you are the healthiest you'll basically ever be in your life. Like what I'm trying to say, you know, it's literally health itself. You're literally in health itself when you're laughing. I don't know how to put it any better than that. Because of course, you're at that perfect level of not taking life too seriously, so that you know you don't take yourself too seriously, so that you become irrational. Your whole rationale gets irrational. Channel 47. Expelliarmus, experimentations, all over life in blogosport, terror militarum terror spiritus. Oh, he is the one. He's the one answering the questions. Sit back, shut the fuck up. He's the one answering the questions. You are but a sample of the vestige. I'm actually getting a kick out of watching these cars float by people. Hey, there's that little slave you're floating around. That's cool. Do you realize that you're like a fucking robot? No. Sorry. Conveyor belt of our fucking reality, man. It's a good thing we paste gray everywhere before setting up anything. I'm sure the birds appreciate us. Not. And of course, a cleared landscape's kind of a cool thing because you can sort of see things that you hadn't seen before. But of course, birds fucking fly, so they don't need that bullshit. They fucking fly, dude. Birds fucking fly, dude. That's just nuts. They are fucking angels, man. Literal fucking angels. And get this, I had a whole fucking circle of about 30 of them above my head, literal circle over my head, in the trees, imitating the exact noise that I was making during my mushrooms trip just before, that sent me into a higher dimension. And I saw like a whole fucking upside down, fuck, how do I put it? So picture the inside of a balloon, but that balloon is lined inside with mountains that like face inwards, and those mountains are just made of diamonds that are studded. There were just millions of diamonds that made up that whole mountain inside of a balloon thing. And with my level of freedom that I was going into it with, I sent myself, basically, the way I put it, I said I threw my anchor of freedom all the way up there, so that basically from then on, I was that free. And then I had another mushroom strip like a week later or something. I just messed it up because I did it totally differently. It's crazy, man. Mushrooms, this is something that not a lot of people are capable of the understanding to say. Mushrooms are extraordinarily serious, an extraordinarily serious thing. You want to be as sparing as possible with them. You do not want to dive headfirst and try to become a shaman dude, like some dude you saw on YouTube who seemed like he was an interesting person to be around. Because he was. It's because he... Oh, reconnecting, huh? Right, yeah, so... Reconnecting, huh? So this whole video is going to be compromised, huh? Well, mushrooms, very serious. I'm not sure how much I have to repeat right now because of this fucking bullshit going on during my live stream. Of course it is. Like some shaman guys you might have seen on YouTube might have motivated you to just like dive headfirst into mushrooms and just say fuck it all, let's figure out what the hell he did. Truthfully, you don't want to do that. You want to use them so sparingly, like once maybe a year or two you have a big 5-gram mushroom trip. That's basically like minimal. You really shouldn't do it more than that. It's certainly if you're doing that many grams. And don't ever, well, not ever, but just don't get into microdosing. It's totally self-evidently saying, if you're microdosing, that you don't understand mushrooms. You don't know what you're doing. So of course, why are you microdosing? So that you can do it in society or at your job and pretend like you're an intelligent person and all that shit. When it's not you, and you're living out a life that's gonna end up requiring more of you than you can emit, thus making you dependent on the mushroom. And, well, in the end, it's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game, but you can gain so much through it. So you want to be as sparing as possible. Use that shit so sparingly, and but use it eventually at some point in your life so that you can see this fucking world for what it is, this society for what it is, and you'll see why I always talk about it like it's garbage. It's because it is. This society is garbage. It's the biggest cancer pussball joke of a prank ever fucking admitted. It is like a prank. Like all of it. Like we shouldn't be here. We just have to tap back into God, and then we won't deserve to be here, really. And it's, I don't know, that's not the best way to put it, but in fact, it's not a good way to put it. I don't know. I'm just gonna go back to the previous message being, mushrooms, serious, but do them. So that you can learn what you need to learn to become a part of a greater dialogue in this universe. You guys have been counseling with each other for way too long, and it shows. The only counsel you ever have or go to is just another human being, and that's why you guys are all so small. If you go to some type of spiritual being or a god, you're going to learn some shit that's going to totally change your life for the better. And I don't want to get into that. Just be careful. And I think I'm going to conclude this so I can figure out how much of this video was actually sabotaged. So, yeah. Because I really don't want to waste my effort if, like, every 5 seconds it's actually been cutting out or whatever the fuck happened on that other, my other video entitled The World is Ending and Proofing or whatever the fuck it was called. Such self-evident fucking evidence, but of course nobody would bat a fucking eyelash. The end has begun. Proofing. That was what the video was called, and the entire video is entirely sabotaged. That, like, all chopped up to make me say things that I wasn't even fucking saying, make me not make sense with the confidence that I have when I talk. You know, of course, that's a fucking problem, because I am right when you hear everything that I'm saying. But when you put two completely different parts of what I'm talking about together, it just totally would fuck up someone's brain. And, or at least certainly the perception of me. And, shit's just fucking crazy, man. Like, literally so much sabotage going on. It's ridiculous. They couldn't be greater fucking losers, is the funniest thing. Couldn't be greater losers, and I will always have the last laugh. And they just hate it. They can't stand how much they keep losing to me. So they make up their own paradigm, and, you know, they already know they're going to hell, so they just make their fucking hell sentence worse by fucking with me before they go to hell. But fucking dangerous person is someone who already fucking accepts and embraces the fact that they're going to fucking hell. That is someone who just needs to die, you know, honestly. But quote me on it. And pedophiles, you need to die too. Oh, you fucking idiots! You think we can't see you? You think you turn to a ghost every time you're being a pedophile? You think everyone's just so weak that they wouldn't stand up to it and kill you or kick your fucking ass right on the spot? Keep fooling yourself, man. The amount of people, the amount of lives you're fucking ruining right now, everyone's gonna start snapping. You're gonna have all your necks fucking snapping, okay? Right, I feel good. I feel better now. You guys are the scum of this fucking planet. You're destroying fucking everything. It's time you got off the planet. Kiss that little thing right there. Kiss that little, you know. Oh, you're a pedophile. It's time you got off. Fucking wax semen dart comes up. Fucking losers. Anyways, so as to certainly not spend any more time making them any bit relevant by talking about them. I pray that you all obtain understanding, and if anyone ever makes it this far in the video, I literally love you. Literally love you. Let me know, literally write in the comments, let me know if you made it this far. And, like, let's fucking, like, make a band or something. Let's make some fucking music. Let's do some performances together. Let's do stand-up comedy. Let's help each other with our fucking careers. And I love you. You made it this far. And of course, if you're just trying to figure out how to sabotage my fucking life or this video, good luck in hell. And you already know that, right? What's next? What's worse? Let's see. Nothing's worse than hell. Let's get a little quick minute breakdown about hell. First of all, hell is the land primarily of lies. So everything that you think you're going to be fucking knowing at all, it's all just bullshit, and you're a fucking idiot for thinking it in the first place. Second of all, it'll land, you know, what's hell going to be? The worst thing you could possibly imagine. No, you're not going to be getting laid every once in a while. You're going to be getting burnt and destroyed for the rest of fucking eternity. Everything these motherfucking severely evil motherfuckers are doing. Signing yourself up for a worse punishment. You have no idea. You don't realize. You think, the more you serve Satan, the more time you're going to have to be able to kick back in hell. Nah. That's just the delusion you tell yourself in order to go about doing the things your demons have control over you to do unto this planet. You fucking little bitch. You got motherfucking legions of demons, and you don't care, right? And it's like exciting to you and shit, right? Yeah. Let those demons rile you up, man, because all the bullshit you've always convinced yourself about is gonna be shoved all straight back up your face, your life, your hell sentence. Everything you ever insulted someone with, everything you ever fucking felt that, that guy that you're jealous of, the reason he's doing that is actually similar to exactly also my reasons. Thus, I am a good person. Blah, 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 fucking blah. You just delude yourself about absolutely everything. We are not similar. We aren't. We're not similar. You guys are tiny. Even if you're, that evil, rich, perfectly symmetrical, handsome, or beautiful person, you're a fucking loser. You want to know why? Because you have no idea how to make a real sacrifice. Because you're that tiny, that selfish, that materialistic, and that much of a fucking absolute shit stain upon this planet that only exists to fuck up people's lives so that you can be thrown into hell afterwards as the nothingness that birthed you. And honestly, do you guys feel strong without taking like adrenochromes and shit, whatever? Do you ever feel strong? Do you ever believe that you ever were strong? Well, you had some shit and you got your fucking associates and your fucking little henchmen, your little wingman, and your fucking little bitches that you only are there because you pay them, and their selfish interests, and those people you surround yourself with, yeah, they're definitely the crew. Anytime you guys pull up, man, watch out. Watch out, it's the fucking pedophiles. Well, we're all so glad these people showed up. Just to remind me that I can't kill people in this society, in this modern society. I love pedophiles. They remind me that I can't kill people in this society. Thanks. Peace. Fuck you.